Hey dude, welcome to Willis Talk. Was that a little creepy, a little weird? That was the point. I'm hoping that people are listening to the words. Um, Not the beard. But hey, look. Hey, lo albino man. Hey, and some rugged people too. Yes, I should diet or something, but hey, whatever. Hey, my favorite person growing up was Grizzly Adams anyway. I always wanted a pet bear to at least hug once. I would love to that, just to feel the power and glory of such a great and noble, can be gentle but yet vicious too, bear. But I'm not the only one that's been fascinated with bears anyway, but that's not here nor there. Impressions can be made in multiple ways. First impressions, they say, is the best. Well, sometimes first impressions don't tell you nothing. I learned that a long time ago growing up in Tillamook County. Some of the very most richest people in Tillamook County, and anybody from Tillamook County that's listening to this, they can think to themselves, oh yeah, I know which ones you're talking about, will turn around and say they had holy britches before holy britches were a thing. They had holy shirts before they were holy. They had tie-dye long before there was tie-dye. Because they worked. They worked for every penny that they got. Because they wanted to build something great. And they worked as a unit every day. They made co-ops. They made unions. They made a network. So that any problem would be solved. Back during the old times, when it was first getting started, there was very little problems ever. Actually, I don't even think there was the original pandemic that touched Tillamook County. I'm not sure. If anybody knows that one, put it down in the comments. And while you're at it, like and subscribe if you like this episode. There's a lot more coming. But the main point of it is that there was communication. Communication always going on between one and another. No matter what they looked like. Tillamook County had what I grew up knowing as Schweitzers. Swiss Americans is what one of them told me that means. I had Swiss Hall, and they had a huge part in it too. Everybody did something that was big and thriving. The fairs of the times, as they grew through the centuries, would show the skills that everyone had. The baking skills, the sewing skills, the skills of life. Now, as I've heard it, see, people learn about computers. What's all that about? How are they? Who's supposed to teach them to live? Their parents that have to focus on work and bringing home enough money because the bills somehow miraculously jumped from the 1930s, 40s, 50s, where it was perfectly fine for one person to work in a household and it would still be able to support a family of, 12. And I'm not joking on that. My grandfather had a huge family. Right off the top of my head, I want to think 7. Something like that. That's not including the ma and the pa and the dead ones. Uh, but it focus in on working together no matter what the impression is. Don't take the first impression of anyone you meet. Never do that. They could have a bad day. They could be having a bad situation. Take them on their merit. Get to know them. Especially if you're working with them. Get to know them. I've heard that there's workplaces out there that people don't even know who the heck they've been working with all this time. They just come to work, sit down, eat their lunch, go. Right here. I was guilty of that. I did that too. A lot of the times. Unfortunately, some of the places I've worked, though, I have not been able to speak their language. I'm just not wired that good with that. And I know several gals at a few of the thing when they tried to talk to me, and I said, I speak muy poquito. They laughed. I think I put my foot in my mouth, basically. I think I put two words together that doesn't go. So that tells you how far my Spanish repertoire goes. So, unfortunately, unless there's a Spanish translator that wants to translate my work later on down the road, if people want to hear it, just plugging away. Why not? Hey, come on. Everything is positive. Look for the smallest blessings, and the smallest blessings shall shine brighter than the night sky stars. And the large blessings shall be that of supernovas and suns. Okay, enough. I'm going poetic here. What am I doing? Well, I hope you get the point. Don't take me, don't take others, nobody by first impressions. And definitely not by the way they've looked. In the last few centuries, we have had people that would have never been able to do anything, do the most greatest things imaginable, only because they were here and they were given the chance. It's you. Out.